one of the stories I find most interesting is the case of Thornton Kinney, who sues based on he was born free in Virginia to a Native American descended mother, and he worked for years on steamboats on the Ohio and Mississippi River. He travels for 5 years to Liberia. He migrates to Liberia and then returns, goes back to working on the river, and he's captured. And he's imprisoned, put in a New Orleans slave pen for sale. And then everyone who came to buy him, he says, I'm free. And so no one's able, he's not able to be sold. And he escapes from the slave pen out of a window, goes back to working on the Mississippi River. He's eventually recaptured and brought to trial in St. Louis, where brought to a jail in St. Louis, where he is able to sue for his freedom. And that's where we get this very rich story of his life. And he is married to a free black woman in St. Louis. And this was in the 1850s, so this is after Dred and Harriet Scott have filed their suit, but not after the final decision in their case. But unfortunately, his case is dismissed in 1855 because he doesn't put up the financial resources to sue, and that's when one of the major legal changes that we see happening in the statutes is in 1845, enslaved people are no longer allowed to sue as a pauper or as a poor person like we've been talking about. That's a shift we see there. And from that point on, they have to have some kind of financial resource or access to some sort of financial resource or a community member who's willing to put up money to guarantee their suits. And Thornton Kinney at that point in 1855 is no longer able to do that.